Hey y'all, I just wanted to let you know that we have a Patreon channel. That's right. If you did not know, we are on Patreon. Our Patreon is $8.99 a month where you can come and watch all of our visual elements to our podcast show. So all you have to do is click the link in our description box and it will take you right there. It's only $8.99 a month. Make sure you go and subscribe. Bye. And just like that, we're back with another episode of the Hella Chisme Podcast. Right, I feel like I'm just coming and stepping out from the Saturday Night Live. My name is Dana, and no, Stephanie's not here with us today. We are back, and yeah, Stephanie's out this week. Also, we had a technical issue with the episode that was supposed to come out this week. So we are actually going to reprise an episode, but we'll talk a little bit about that in just a second here. But yes, hope you all are doing well. Hope things are going great. I'm essentially just sitting here talking to myself, looking at myself. If you're watching this, you can see I'm just, enjoying my glowing skin and just checking myself out, and just we're having a whole conversation about it. My week this week has been very, very busy with work. School is back from spring break. And honey, we're doing the damn thing and back in full session. If you see me looking over here, my laptop just finished updating. So we're trying to make sure that she's doing okay. She's about to get replaced. Yes, the work week was busy. It was crazy. I went out of town last week, which I talked about on the last episode. I went to Paso Robles for me and my hubby's wedding anniversary, and we had ourselves a yang dang doodle. If you've never been to Paso Robles, then you definitely need to do yourself a favor and go down there. It's beautiful. It's guess my husband explained it that it's south of or north of LA. And so it's like right above, or I guess the city after St. Louis Obispo and Soaring, depending on which road you take. But essentially you're passing the same things or by the same things. Yeah, it was gorgeous. The only thing I have to complain about is that ride and that LA fucking traffic was tragic and horrible. But once we finally made it, we checked into our Airbnb and we had ourselves a wonderful time. We went to a few different wineries during our time there. We went to Seashell, which is a lovely winery that is in their downtown area, and we went to their tasting room. That was our first one that we went to when we were there. And the lady Denise treated us like we were locals and so nicely. She was fantastic. And my favorite there was the porch pounder, which she would call it, but it was their rosé. Very delicious, very light, very, very good. From there, we went to some of their little shops around there were cute too. We went to like a tea shop and we went to their brunch spot, which is called Brunch. It's locally owned from someone who lives there. Um, and we went to, was it Stillwater? A place called Stillwater. Wine was okay, but the view was beautiful. And favorite of all favorites was Dow, which was at the top of a mountain. I mean, the views, the wine, the food, the ambiance, the setting, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend going to Dow. And Justin was fantastic too. I mean, it was a little busy, a little clustered, but Justin was nice. You will not get any cell phone service if you go to Justin, Joe. So, I recommend it, but just know you should schedule your ride or have a ride beforehand, before going to Justin. But it was fantastic. Um, what else? We went out and ate some food at Hatch, which is one of their top restaurants there. Food is 10 out of 10. Um, we went to this bar called The Alchemist, which is really dope. I don't remember. I think I just drank wine there. Since I had been on a break from drinking for a month, I really was trying not to drink any hard alcohol this past weekend, and it worked well. I didn't have not a single shot or mixed drink other than wine and champagne this weekend. So I am very proud of myself for not trying to get wasty pants, because that was definitely not the goal for me this weekend or this past weekend. But other than that, um, it was fantastic. It was a really good time, very relaxing. Me and hubby had a good time just spending time with one another. So definitely recommend you going to Paso Robles. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie and I will be back in full effect next week. No, actually, that's incorrect. I'll be back next week. I have a special guest next week that I'll be recording with. And I'm very excited for that to come out. And then, yeah, we have some updated news for you all about the show. And we're excited for new things and new ventures. So stay tuned. But the reprise for this episode this week is a conversation that we had about the cost of living in San Diego. And the beginning of the show, we talked about a few different things, did our usual check-in, but the main course of the show was really talking about the cost of living in different places. It came from really us having a conversation. This was pre-election and Donald Trump being elected back into office. So, I have been having a lot of conversations about, what me and my partner was going to do. And that really stemmed from parts of the conversation, but also just to, talk through what it is to live in San Diego and Southern California and different areas of the world. And it has been our top trending episode to date. So we thought it would be a great time to reprise this episode, put it back at the top of y'all's list to listen to. Hopefully some new people who haven't listened to it will listen to it. Also, with all the other things that's going on in the world with, the tariffs and the price and cost of living continuously to go up with, things like food and groceries and the prices still up and still high as usual. So, and nothing's going down. Interest rates being crazy for things. So I just think it's a good conversation to revisit, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Hey guys, just wanted to come on here and remind you that we still are on Patreon. And if you would like to see all of the visual content and for future, present, and past episodes, then you would want to subscribe to that. It's about $8 a month. But for real life updates and behind the scenes clips and, updates, surveys, polls, make sure you are following us on Instagram at Hella Chisme Pod and YouTube, Hella Chisme Podcast. We do lives and other, events and stuff like that you want to definitely be part of. So go ahead and follow us on there and stream us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever podcast streaming service you prefer. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Darling, if you cared anything about love, you would have been front and center. Ooh, loving me, touching me. Do you like Toni Braxton?
Yeah, I do. I can't say I listen to her frequently, but
you don't?
no.
Oh my gosh, bro, you need to get into some Toni, honey. If you knew anything about me, you would have been much more tender. Ooh, squeezing me, caressing me. All right, Stephanie, let us know what we get into today, sis.
Okay, so this episode we are gonna go over the standard of living like throughout the US, like the most unaffordable cities like globally, rent averages through the US, and just like, cost of living and how it's changed and how it we can relate to it, how it's impacted us, and just in general the people, and what it looks like nowadays, because it it's all over the internet and everything of how expensive things are right now, and how ridiculous it is, whether it's groceries, gas,
Trash.
everything.
Trash.
Yeah.
It's all trash. So I guess a good question to ask, like, so you grew up in San Diego. So you've been here all your life. Where have you always lived in the area that you live in now?
No, I lived in Bonita when I was like younger. And then and then another part of Chula Vista, and then now like South Bay area.
And Bonita now, all of those homes there are like multi-million-dollar homes. Was it like that when you grew up? When you were growing up?
When I was growing up, like Bonita was a nice place to be, but it was not like multi-million-dollar homes. No.
Yeah. Because it's crazy to see, because I mean, it's nice, but it's definitely, all of those homes over there are like $1 million and more.
Yeah.
And then growing up in the Bay, the house that I grew up in, we were only, I think at the time we started, like when I was younger, I think my parents were paying like 900 or something like that. And then when we got to 1,500, that's when they was like, oh, this is a lot. Rent is expensive.
Yeah.
And that's when we were starting to see like, gentrification in the Bay. And yeah. So,
Interesting.
and then as I got older, things started to change. And it's interesting looking at some of the stuff we're going to talk about, um, how much you need to live comfortably, to be able to like pay your rent, eat, take care of yourself, is how much that has gone up over the years. So you were saying, so you have a list of things that you were going to that you were going to go over. Do we want to start with that list?
Yeah, should we start with the standard of cost of living index?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So cost of living index. Um so Hawaii Hawaii's is first on the list of the highest.
Hmm.
And it says that the cost of living, like medium that you need in order to, live comfortably and sustain like rent and everything else and all your needs is about 179,000 a year.
Oh my God. But where are they gonna make that in Hawaii? Where in Hawaii is they gonna work? Because it's interesting when I see these type of things because I'd be like, I mean, I know Hawaii has like a lots of hotels and businesses, and I mean, there's
Uh-huh.
many islands, so I'm sure there is. But I like automatically when I think of things like that or things like numbers like this, I'm like, I don't know. Well, obviously, I've never been either. Where, what are the career options that there it
Yeah.
is? What are the career options for someone in Hawaii to be able to even try and make remotely this much?
Yeah.
And especially for Hawaii to be such like, it's like a place of leisure. Like people go there for vacation, yes, but my brother went there and he said everything is slow. Everybody is just like, we're chilling, you know, it's the
Yeah.
Hawaiian way. So this is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes, it is super interesting. And like, I would wonder the same thing, maybe like um, crops and like produce or
Oh
something
yes,
like,
yeah.
like shipping, or what do they call it? Like,
Importing, export.
importing and exporting. Yes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That okay.
maybe
Yes.
that.
Like working at the port, like their
Hmm.
ports or their like some of their maritime or whatever they call it there. We call it maritime here, some of their import export stuff. Um, okay, that can make sense.
Yeah, I would assume because they have like the Dole plantation and everything as well, and that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
big. Um, Second on the list is District of Columbia,
Decent.
and following very close behind is Massachusetts, which I'm surprised.
Me too. But have you ever been to Massachusetts?
Mm-mm.
They do got the Twin Cities, they got some nice stuff there. And I
Really?
mean they have some multi-billion dollar homes too in specific areas. And yeah,
Is it
it's really
really
nice.
nice and clean, like the architecture and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, it's very old. It gives very old money.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably
Mm-hmm.
why.
Yep. It's really nice.
And then it's us, California.
Not surprised.
We're four. So, and then right behind us is New York. So California is now more than New York. New
Which
York
people
used to
have
be
been
more,
saying.
right?
Yeah, New York used to be way more expensive than California, which is not surprising because I feel like people have been saying that New York is cheaper than California.
Yeah,
And they've been talking about that since before the pandemic.
that's crazy. And then Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Alaska was expensive. I thought it'd be
Too cold for people to live
cheap.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, I get
So
that.
I'll do like the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll do four more. So that'll be the top 10 most expensive.
Okay.
Um, Maryland,
Uh-huh. I've heard Maryland.
and then Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
which I was surprised because I also was like, don't people move there for it to be cheaper?
They do, but I mean, anywhere if like the person that I know that moved to Oregon, they moved there from New York.
Mm,
And I mean, but I also feel like again, I think it's like when you're moving there, you're moving for more space, more home square footage, land. So,
Yeah.
and they have a
That's
lot of they have a lot of, professional opportunities and things you could do.
in Maryland. I mean, in
Oregon.
Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And then it's Washington State,
Mm-hmm.
New Hampshire State,
Mm-hmm.
and then Vermont. Those are the top 10.
That's crazy.
So let's do the least expensive.
Yes.
I'll do so the least expensive in the United States is Mississippi.
I wonder why.
Got it. Are we surprised? No.
No.
Right above that is Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kansas,
Mm-hmm.
um, Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
Alabama, Iowa.
And here's the thing about Iowa. Iowa's another place that I was like, okay, I could live here. This is cute. It's not a lot there. It's a lot of white people. It's not that many, some black people, it's a good little mix,
Is
but
it
I
a
could
good
live there.
mix?
It is a good mix. Because also
Okay.
Iowa is a college city or a college state
Oh,
or town or whatever. Um, and they have a big college. And so,
got it.
it's a good little mix.
Um, Following Iowa is Nebraska,
Mm, 90,000 to live in Nebraska. I mean, okay.
West Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tennessee.
Crazy. And just, middle mentions, Illinois and Georgia are right next to each other.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to see Georgia only 91, but I feel like that's why a lot of people move to Georgia.
Yeah, now that I look at it, I don't know if that's like the dollar amount you need to make or if it's going based on like the average, like if you have like because I was reading through the article and stuff, but um that is like the order in like of the top 10 most expensive and then the least expensive that we went through. I was like Arizona. I was looking for that.
Did you see it? Where is it?
Yeah, it's right under Rhode Island and above Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So, I mean, I feel like some of those cities I can definitely understand why they're expensive. I mean, living in California,
Yeah.
oh, California is bleeding people dry of money, honey. So
It's ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. And then you also have like the top 10 worldly places, which is the top 10 impossibly unaffordable cities. So it's Hong Kong, Sydney, Vancouver, San Jose, Los Angeles, Honolulu, which not surprised. Melbourne. Where's Melbourne?
Let's look it up. Let's Siri, what state is Melbourne in? Melbourne is located in the state of Victoria in Australia.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny? They do say Australia is pretty expensive.
They do, huh?
Mm-hmm. San Francisco, Adelaide. Where is Adelaide in San Francisco? Number 9 is San Diego, and then number 10 is Toronto.
That's crazy.
That is, and it's funny
I
because,
have heard Hong Kong is like crazy expensive though.
yeah, me too. They'd be like, it's so expensive. It's, you have to have X amount of money, and how they say the same thing about Honolulu and Hawaii.
Yeah.
The Big Island. I think Honolulu is the Big Island, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that for the most part, it sounds like, you just need to have a nice piece of change to live in the life. And that's so sad, which is it speaks to why some people be like, I don't want to be a part of society. I just would rather live in my box on the street. And I understand that because at
Yeah.
least I don't have to pay for it.
Friend, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Like San Diego, right now, where it's at, like it's crazy. Like more than $5 a gallon for gas.
hmm
Like, remember when it was like $2
hmm hmm
back in the day?
250.
And like clothes and like
hmm
groceries.
hmm hmm Yeah. The other day when I was traveling for work, I bought some stuff on Instacart. I bought 2 bottles of wine, a bag of chips, and a little thing of yogurt, $100. I said, what am I spending $100 on exactly? What exactly am I buying here?
That's crazy.
And then and then what else was it? It was something else that I did, and I was like, what the fuck? This shit is expensive as fuck. But it is expensive. I mean, and then the number of new buildings and new condos they're building out here that are starting at like 4,000 $4,000 a month starting is wild. It just makes no sense.
Have you ever looked up like the average, like what the area where you live in, like what the average used to be versus now? Like cost of a,
Um,
a house?
no.
So like where I like the area and where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
the jump has been, I would say like in the last 20 years, 22 years, it's like a $350,000 increase
Wow.
of cost of homes like in the area. I also do think that the area in which I'm at, like they did start doing adding a lot of new things and like revamping certain things, kind of like what you said. So that has, led to like an increase in like rents and mortgages or cost of homes and things like that as well.
Yeah. It's crazy. A lots have changed. I'm gonna look up mine. Before I look up mine and share mine, let's take a break and then we will come back and get back into the combo.
Got it.
And we're back up in this motherfucking thing. So, okay, so I did look up my area. So I live in the Spring Valley area in San Diego. And it says the median house sale right now, as of this year, is 827,000 in our area. Um, and it has, let's see if it'll tell me. It has went up 10.2% over the years, over the
Yeah.
last couple of years. So,
In Imperial Beach, the average home value is $896,000,
mm,
and it's up almost 8% over the last just year.
that's crazy. In 2023, it was only up 1.3%. Um, and it's crazy because ever since the pandemic, I've been seeing just about like two houses, just about three houses a month is they have got the people out and they're remodeling them.
Damn.
There's one happening right now. There was another one which I'm pretty sure an old couple lived in, and I don't even know that they're there anymore. And they're building a 2-story ADU on the back right now. and remodeling the house.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then there was a
Sometimes,
huh?
sometimes like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it makes you want to like sell and just like relocate somewhere less expensive, but like,
Mm,
yeah.
I'm I am definitely I- it's do you want to hear something funny? Paris the other day, because so we are the port is on a huge project right now over in your area by where the stadium's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, we could buy what I would want to buy one of those condos." And I got so excited. I said, "You would?" I'm like, "Let's go buy it right now." Like, let's go.
That'd be sick.
I mean, because I was like,
In Chula Vista?
in Chula Vista, yeah, it's
Oh,
the
by,
new property.
yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
I know exactly where that thing is gonna be.
It's gonna be massive.
It's gonna be massive, and we're gonna
Hmm.
have like a second Seaport Village, I think.
You are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the new Margaritaville. There's also gonna be like a huge lazy river that's supposed to be good, like in the park and attached to
Yeah.
the hotel. And there's gonna be a stadium, or not a stadium, I guess I should say, like a
It's gonna be like a
convention
small,
center
yeah. Oh yeah, like a convention center.
and a park. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah.
Next year, right? Oh, like next summer.
Yeah, it's supposed to be done by next year, probably beginning, for the most part, probably but the beginning of 2026.
Okay, got it.
Hmm. It's gonna be humongous. Um,
Hopefully my home's value goes up.
I mean, I hope so too. I think for the most part, everything all from here on, all the way down to South Bay is gonna just get real crazy. I feel
Yeah.
like, people are moving further down, and because they can't and don't want to live in like downtown San Diego because it's like overly populated with homeless right now. Um, I mean, Hillcrest is still okay. It's expensive to live, but it's still, it's teeter-tottering on both ends. I think
Yeah.
there's still some areas or places in Hillcrest and Golden Hill and Bankers Hill that are like not terrible,
Yeah.
but you still do have to make sure you got a little change to be in the game.
Right.
Um, but San Diego is it's pretty pricey. When I got here, it was okay. I think I was only paying $900 in rent, but I was splitting it with someone else.
Yeah.
And the second part apartment I lived in was $900 too. But after that, now we pay
You
mortgage.
yeah, like you will not find a $900
Nothing.
nothing. Maybe a room.
I mean, not even a room because I always be looking on the Facebook Marketplace just to see kind of like what's happening, what's out there. And there's never all I always see the less I see is like 1,300 for like a
Mm,
studio.
yeah.
And it's crazy because when I moved here, it was like I could find a $900 room or something. Or actually, look, I just found one. It's not new or very nice, but it's $900.
Um,
Oh, I
yeah.
even see one for 850, but it's for a room. But I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
populated room.
So the cheapest markets to rent, it was saying are like so like Wichita, Kansas, right?
Hmm.
Six $680 for a one bedroom, 860 for a two bedroom.
Hmm.
In Ohio, 760 for a one bedroom, 880 for a two bedroom. El Paso, 830 for a one bedroom, 1100 for a two bedroom. And then the most expensive is New York. It's 4,300 for a 1 bedroom,
Oh my God.
five grand for a 2 bedroom.
Mm-mm.
Boston, 2,990 for a 1 bedroom, 3,500 for a 2 bedroom. San Francisco, 2,970 for a 1 bedroom, 3,980 for a 2 bedroom.
You said 2970 in San Francisco?
For a 1 bedroom.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Especially since now they've kind of plummeted.
Yeah.
It's no, it's no longer the place it used to be.
Yeah, I'm surprised yeah. I'm surprised people haven't started moving out. Like San Diego, a lot of people start to leave and they're moving to TJ, like Mexico.
I mean, I might be on my way, depending on how this fucking election goes.
Honestly, I low key would move to yeah.
I mean, if as long as I can drive back and forth to work,
Hmm.
I'm fine. You know, like if I
Yeah.
can get back and forth to work, then we good. Um, because I mean, right now I work remotely 2 days out of the week. So I would only technically have to go to the office 3 times a week.
Yeah. And then if you get your century, it's only like 20 minutes.
Yeah, see, and I'm like, hit it.
Yeah.
Um,
And the food's cheaper, everything's cheaper.
right, and a little more fresh
Yeah,
and out of
just
the water.
yeah, you just gate everything up, have a good like camera and alarm system, which
Mhm.
you need here anyways.
Right.
Like honestly, I have my house cameraed up.
I know. I need to charge ours and refix our account. I probably should replace them now that I'm thinking about it because we've had them for a little while.
I put solar panels on mine.
Oh, so they charge automatically?
Hmm.
I should do
Yeah,
that.
because I used to suck at putting the batteries, remembering to put them back in and stuff.
You know what? That is smart.
Sometimes I use my brain.
I should do that and replace all of them. And then that way I wouldn't have to worry about charging them.
Hmm.
I mean, even when it comes to like buying a car, I've been like procrastinating on buying a car. Did I tell you I got Ellis fixed?
No, you did.
Child, Ellis got a facelift.
I love that.
He looking
Everything?
cute. Everything. He got his front bumper fixed, his back bumper fixed, honey. He got a new radio.
A new
He
radio.
got a new radio, girl. Ellis is real cute right now. And I got him all cleaned yesterday. Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till I'm done with my car payment so I can I need to tint my windows. That's what I want
I
to do.
do. I mean, I'm not gonna tint my windows because I'm getting a new car at some point. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, at this point, I'm not putting all of the money that I just put into it, that's it.
Hmm.
That is it. And I think I got lucky with how much they charged me to fix both of those bumpers and paint them
Yeah.
because I had got a quote for $2,500 for both bumpers and for the paint and and he wasn't even offering to fix the side panel.
Mm.
And he was charging me per panel. And then I went to this other place and he was like, "Oh, I could do it for $1,000." I was like, "Oh, I'll
Say
drop it off
less.
on Monday."
Is that the place your dad went to talk to them and stuff?
No, it's a
Oh,
different
okay.
place. This
Okay.
place, if he would have went there, I'm pretty sure we would have been got it done. But he didn't go to this one because he said he couldn't, they were hungry or some shit happened. But no, this place I went, so this is actually by where I used to live when I first moved to San Diego.
Mm.
And right across the street from where I got my radio done. Um, yeah. So Ellis is a new, young, rolling man.
I love that for him.
I know.
Did you
Alice,
end up getting your nails done
when? Today?
yesterday?
No, girl. I ain't had time to do shit. I
We should go
came
get
home.
pedicures.
When today?
Yeah.
What time?
After this?
Okay. Which place we gonna go to? Because
Like you're making me nervous, all these questions. No. Yeah, after this.
okay, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Um, okay, because I mean, I do need to go get my nails and feet done.
Yeah, because I have an appointment. My massage isn't till 4. So
I'm just like, where are we gonna go? It's Saturday and it's almost 12.
um we can look it up right now.
Okay. I mean, yeah, the only other place I know we would have to go back to Hillcrest. The place that I would go to would be the one over in Chula Vista, but I know it's crazy. I don't even know I'll
Mm.
be able to get the people that I want.
Oh.
Anyway, so but let me in lieu of talking about this election, I just want to swiftly say, ladies and gentlemen, please get out there and vote. And I'm not going to sit here and try and say and vote, for a specific person or not, but let's just not be dumb, please. I just, I I don't want us to do something that we're going to regret later. Um and like, be out here looking dumb like Amber Rose because mama looks stupid. Mama is she clearly has not read the books or listened or paid any attention to anything that happened over the last 4 years and on. And, it's baffling to me because if that man gets reelected into the office, the first place he's coming to is to her and her mixed child's house and is swooping them both up. Because, I mean, have you paid attention, Amber? That's all I'm gonna say. The de-
Honestly, it's like the debate. It's like Dumb and Dumber.
that debate was crazy, and I tell you, I was cackling every time Joe was looking over at him, and he had this look on his face, and all of them looked the same: confused, angry, and his like laughing face was all just like, I'm like, somebody get this man the electric charge so you can get his chest pumping again, child. Oh, baby, look like he gonna fall over. I just was like, this is crazy. And I had at one point they asked him a question about climate change, Trump, and this motherfucker started talking about H2O. And I had to look up climate change because I felt stupid. I was like,
I'm
motherfucker,
confused.
right. I'm like, wait, am I missing something that climate change has to do with water? Like, are you talking about precipitation and how it rotates in the ecosystem of rain? Like, what the fuck does H2O have to do with fucking climate change, you dumb motherfucker? Like, what are we talking about?
Oh my
Uh,
god.
they
And
asked
then
him,
when he told Joe, I don't know what he just said at the last of that sentence. And I don't even think he knows what he
I
said.
don't,
And
yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's crazy because like us growing up, we had like Al Gore versus Bush, right? Like that's one that
Yes.
stood out to me.
Yeah.
And it was very like professional,
Yeah.
regardless of my opinions on either one. Like they were both, right? Like decent. Like, okay, I could see them as presidents, both of them.
Yeah.
These two, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I'm just like, things change. Like, and they didn't have like scandals and like they wouldn't talk to each other like that. Like they would keep
Mhm.
it like they would do it maybe in their ads,
Yeah.
like, but in a debate, they would keep it like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very different, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. where the
How we
America
got
that we are
here.
in or how we even fucking got here. I I truly am nervous for whatever is going to happen and where everything is going to go when come November. Um, the other thing that this motherfucker kept talking about was illegal immigrants and how they're coming and taking black jobs. And all I kept wondering, what are the black jobs? What the fuck are you talking about? Please. And I was like, and I just I kept racking my brain around what the black jobs were because I'm like, are you talking about janitorial services? Are you talking about like housekeeping? What are the black jobs? Is that what you're saying black people should be doing?
I also feel like in a way I'm like, okay, well then maybe he was just saying that because he wants more voters, so
He wants more black
he
voters.
wants
Yeah.
black people to vote for him, so he's just saying like saying things that involve black people or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to like look like he's having their back or like you know what I mean, like so he's just saying
Mm-hmm.
things maybe. I
No,
don't
yes.
know, but like
That's definitely what he was doing. I knew what he was doing. I'm
yeah.
like, I can't believe you are saying this. I mean, I can, but I'm like, you're saying this on national TV and you sound dumb. And then the other part about black childcare, I'm like,
Oh, I seen that. I'm like, what's black child care? Because a child is a child.
black or not. And if you need childcare, you
Regardless.
need childcare, period. Like,
Yeah.
help me understand it. Nevertheless, I know who I'm voting for.
Yeah.
I know the direction I'm going in. Because as much as I say that I'm swiftly kicking boots up out of here, I would love not to have to. I would like to just, stay. But
Yeah.
mm-mm, I can't. I cannot. Um, well, let's take our final break and then we'll come back and wrap things up. Hey, y'all. We hope you're enjoying today's show. We just wanted to come by and let you know a little bit of the information of where you can find and follow us.
Yeah. So if you click on the link in our Instagram bio, which you should be following us on Instagram at Hella Chisme Podcast, it will take you to all the links to all of our platforms. The first one being Patreon, which is the visual content to our episode. And you can subscribe to this for $8 a month. And you get to see all the tea and partake in our visual activities.
Yes. And just like Stephanie said, you can find everything in the bio on our Instagram page, as well as all of the other social media platforms we are on. When you go to the Linktree platform, you can see our new article with SD Voyager, links to Patreon, link to our TikTok, link to our YouTube channel, as well as all the different platforms you can listen to the podcast on. At the bottom of that link tree, you'll also see icons that are also clickable for you to find us on all of the platforms that we've mentioned. Again, Patreon is the only platform that we have a subscription plan to. That's only $8 a month. And then everything else we provide that we give for you all as far as content is free.
Yeah, so go ahead and if you want to listen to us for free, it's at your Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. You can listen to the entire episode on YouTube, but you'll only get a portion of the visual. Like I said, we can subscribe on Patreon. So utilize all the platforms and keep up with us on Instagram.
Yep. And let's get back to the show.
Bye, familia.
And we're back to close things out. I guess, the final words could be, it's expensive out here. And it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get this money for the rent.
It is. Preach, Dana, preach. Say it louder for the people in the back.
And it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get this money for the rent.
Tell him, boy.
Something, cash money spent. Got a whole lot of bitches jumping shit.
I don't know if I was saying the right things in the back, but it's,
It's fine.
it went with it. It went with it.
It went with it. Taraji P. Henson, she did that.
She did. She
Well,
did.
friends, I mean, that movie was a hot mess. I mean, I remember when it came out and people were like so gung-ho about going to go see it. What a mess. What a mess. But they won a lot of awards for it. So
Mhm. They all did very good acting. I will say that. Luda played a good like villain.
hmm
And then the main guy, what's his name?
What
The
is
pimp?
his name? Yeah.
I think he did I
Ta-
think he did good.
it's not Terrence Howard, is it?
Maybe.
Is it Terrence Howard?
But they ended up saying that he really like he had like a DV case, right? Or something. I'm like, maybe that's why
hmm
he did such a good job.
Yeah, it's been a few different
Women.
occasions where, yeah, Terrence Howard, Taraji P, of course,
Maybe
Todd
that's why he
Manning,
did so good.
yeah, Paula J. Parker. What was she doing? I don't remember her being in there. Interesting. Yeah, it was a good movie. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy to see that white girl in them braids, but
That's neither here nor there.
we don't talk about it, but it's fine. Anyways, well, Steph, do you want to tell the people where they can find us?
Yeah, so just make sure you guys are listening to us or subscribe to us on YouTube, Hella Chisme Podcast,
Mhm.
Instagram, Hella Chisme Pod. We have, posts and updates and everything on there. So that's important. We have our TikTok, so you can keep up with, our funny videos and clips from the recordings. And make sure, most importantly, Patreon, because you will only get our visual footage a little bit longer on YouTube. So, Hella Chisme Podcast on Patreon. And if you just want to listen to us in your car or something, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and all of that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on those platforms.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And again, shout out to all of our new subscribers and listeners. And thank you for listening every week. We love you. Don't forget our live birthday show would be July 26th.
Yes.
And we will be in the thing having some fun. Remember not to text and drive, don't drink and drive. And if you are out this weekend shaking a tail feather, be safe. And throw it back for a real one because it's summertime.
Yes. Throw it back like Chris Brown in the gray sweatpants.
Yes. All right, everyone. We will talk to y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.